Hi guys, so we've left off on slide 13. Now we're going to move on to 14, and our aim is to get all the way to slide 20. So let's take a look at this and dive in to slide number 14. We're talking about clear cutting. Where we left off, we talked about a couple different ways to harvest trees, and we said clear cutting is the worst, okay? It's the worst for the environment. The easiest for the loggers because they go in and they slash everything, but it is the worst for the environment. It's very cost effective. That's great for the company, but entire communities and areas are completely destroyed. It can increase soil erosion. There's nothing that the roots, there's nothing to hold the soil in place. So in times of heavy rain, it will wash sides of mountains away. You'll get mudslides. Okay, changes in abiotic conditions. Remember, abiotic means non-living in the area include light penetration, precipitation, wind, and temperature. Temperature would increase. There's no more shade. Wind would increase. There's no more trees to block or slow the wind down. Precipitation would have a greater effect because the roots are not holding in that water anymore. Okay, so remember those things about clear cutting. Moving on to Seatree and shelterwood approaches. Seatree, those are small numbers of mature and healthy trees that are left behind to reseed the area. So they're going and they're cutting the dead wood, the sick wood, okay? Anything that's really not helping out the environment. And what they're doing is they're clearing land for these younger trees, okay? It's less damaging than clear cutting. As with clear cutting, it leads to a more evenly aged regrowth. It means all these young trees start to grow up together, and your forest is pretty evenly aged. Okay, so it's a little bit more intensive, but better for the environment. Remember to copy all these down inside your notebook or in your PowerPoints with the blanks in them. Those are all posted on the website. That's all located on the teacher staff page. And if you have any questions, feel free to email myself or Miss Bousquet. So we're looking at these selection systems. Again, benefits, more biodiverse, uneven aged growth, less overall environmental damage, costs. It's a very expensive process. It's more dangerous for loggers because they're in between trees now. One could fall, boom, and hit them on the head. It's much more labor intensive. Okay, so it has its pluses and its minuses. Looking at deforestation, again, there's a couple YouTube videos for you guys to watch. Just copy the links onto your browser and you can watch those. Unlike timber harvesting, deforestation replaces forested areas with commercial or residential property. Okay, so meaning when they cut down all those trees, they can then replace that area with something other than a forest, which is totally going to take our ecosystem and throw it off whack, because now instead of going into an area that is a forest that absorbs water, that gives us shade, now we're going into a paved parking lot or trees or something, a ground that doesn't absorb any more water. You heard all about deforestation in South America, where they're cutting down the rainforest and then using it as cattle grazing land for a lot of your larger beef production agencies. 3 more slides. Forestry practices. Forestry practices such as clear cutting increase erosion. We've talked about that. Deforestation in the United States. We're cutting down trees for timber, for fuel wood. Okay, but these old growth forests, we talked about this about Clearcutting Sound. Old growth forests have been around since the 1900s. Okay, they're the oldest trees out there, the redwoods. If you get a chance, look up the redwoods. Okay, those things are huge, amazing in Northern California. Then our final slide for the day, deforestation in developing nations. And we've talked about this. In South America, there are deforesting for the use of grazing land for cattle or land to grow vegetables and other crops. Okay, so we're taking down all of these rainforests. These rainforests, remember, they are sinks. They absorb the carbon dioxide. By taking them down, we're losing that major absorption of carbon dioxide, that major production of O2. All right, so think about all that. Your assignments will be posted on the PHS website, staff page. Always make sure to check that. Make sure to look out for my emails. Make sure to complete your work, attach it, take a picture, send it back to me. Always important. Remember to please stay safe. Hopefully you guys enjoy these videos. If you have any questions, please email myself or Miss Bousquet. And remember to like and subscribe. Where's the camera? There it is. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.